Hi, everyone. I am Dr. Bernie Masseri. I am a homeopathic physician, and I studied in England in 1994. I've been a homeopath ever since. So I've been here a long time with my craft, with what I do. And and we do a little bit of everything. I own Gilbert Natural Medicine. So it's gilbertnaturalmedicine.com is our company. And we treat all illnesses at every age level group. Today, I want to talk to you a little bit about my latest book, and it is called What Are the Chances? Okay, so here was my thinking about this. Maybe I did something wrong, but I'm hoping it's right. Okay, see all these white eggs in the background on the cover, and see this one golden egg? What are the chances? That's what it's, the symbol is. What are the chances we should find this? Well, what are the chances of finding this is your life? What are the chances for your life to be the way it is, to get better, things that you want to do, make happen? This book is a little bit about everything in our lives. And so it's written to mimic things that we evolve through from birth to death and beyond. It's very interesting. It's a very the book highlights us so deeply that that everyone will find something that they can relate to in this book. And I'm going to read you the back cover, okay? From birth to death and beyond, you experience any number of different transitions in your life path. So that's what it shows. Some have already occurred, others have yet to happen. In What Are the Chances, author, myself, offers a look at life transitions. And that's what I hoped to achieve in the publication of this book. I teach you how to react to those transitions that are up to you. So if you fall into a category somewhere in this book, as you read it, it's going to tell you how to get through this transition and who really are you? How can you identify with yourself better, and the things that you want out of your life from the time you were a kid? I mean, this takes in every movement of your life. This is filled with opportunity for reflection and end of chapter exercises. So that's what makes this book so interesting. It's a workbook. And at the end of every chapter, it's going to ask you a bunch of questions that you have to answer to yourself. This book is for $20. It's the bomb. You got to get this book. How can you get my book? You can go to my website, www.gilbertnaturalmedicine.com, and see the book there and order it through PayPal. Or you can call me at 480-703-0151, and I will be happy to send you a copy. Let me continue. This is a self-improvement book, and it discusses an array of topics to help you analyze your life and deal with the important transitions in your life, including your spiritual origins and how thoughts create your life. Did you ever think of that? That your thoughts are things, and those things actually create your life? So take it this way, something everybody can relate to. When you're sick and you're miserable, you're not happy. What happens? You get more miserable. You feel sicker. You don't get well. You don't jump up happy, dancing and all that stuff. When you're filled with misery, your entire surrounding is filled with misery. The people around you will feel your misery, and that's not good for them either. So thoughts are things. When you're happy and you're up and you're jovial, everyone else is like that too, and they want to be around you. Nobody wants, a screaming Mimi and somebody that's going to be miserable and filled with misery and strife and negativity. And you have to try and be up. And this book is going to help show you what you're going through and how to come out of it properly. It's not like any other book out there. When I write a book, it's pretty different. And it's real hard for bookstores to find a shelf for my content. But you can get it at any bookstore by knowing, my name and the name of the book, and they will find the publication for you and order it or whatever. Maybe it's on their shelves. You can go to any bookstore really, or get it on Amazon, or just get it through me. Okay. I present innovative and fresh ideas in this book. I provide the tools to help you take a look at your life so you can be better attuned to who you really are and enjoy your journey. We're here, trust me, for a very short time. And any time in your life, something can come up to interfere with your journey and put you on a different course. And you're going to have to know how to deal with it. It could be anything from illness to happiness. Okay, so what are the chances? See? I'm going to read you a few things. I want to read you my dedication. This book is dedicated to my guardians who provided me with the experience to write this book. Everyone has guardians. And to my granddaughter, Jackie, in heaven, that I'll never forget. And to the ones that always had my back. Oh, Jonathan, show me your wings. Do you know who Jonathan is? Jonathan Livingston Seagull, who decided to take his wings and his body and his thought, and his whole being, and fly higher and higher than any of his counterparts. And they all laughed at him and said, Jonathan, you'll never make it. But he wanted to go so high that he wanted to evolve into spirit. He did it. Jonathan did it. Jonathan Livingston Seagull and his wings were my mentor through my life, because I discovered Jonathan many, many, many years ago in my journey and admired him so much by reading the book, Jonathan Livingston Seagull, that I thought, wow, this is what I want to do. And so, all of your entire life, you're going to be seeking and searching and finding and enjoying, please, your journey into higher and better realms. That's what this book is about. I have a chapter that's chapter 1, and it's called just what we're talking about. Thoughts are things. Thoughts are things. And these thoughts control your life. So this chapter is going to talk to you all about how to get through these thoughts. If life just is life, listen to this, is life just by desire? Or is it the will or the desire to will? It is what it is. And it all depends on you. That's chapter 1. I'm not going to go through every chapter, so don't get scared. Okay, so now in this chapter 1, I'm going to read some of the questions that I posed to you, and you're going to understand more why you have to answer these questions. So you're reading and you're learning and it tells you all about happiness and growing up, and have you created any illness in your body, or could it be hereditary? or willed upon yourself. If you grow sick, can you accept health and healing? That's one of the questions. Do you believe that you can restore your body? Or do you believe that it's too late to reverse a bad situation? That's a heavy duty question. Where did your illness begin? From what and when? And are you on medication and why? See, those are all questions that you have to answer to yourself. Why? So this is how you learn more about yourself. Now, at the end of every chapter, there is an exercise. Exercise 1. See, and it's going to ask you all these questions. And some of these questions are, excuse me, my skin is itchy. How do you feel in the morning when you wake up? What is your idea of happiness? What do you see in your future? Why do you and what do you want in your future? Do you need healing? How much do you love yourself? Do you know what that means? Have you ever thought about loving yourself? Do you not know what to do about that? What do you want to change in your life? How will you bring about change in your life? Do you have the courage to bring about change in your life? That's deep, okay? Because there's so many things going on in people's lives right now that seem negative, but always have a positive outcome. You have to understand that. Anything that you classify or see as negative, it can't get any more negative. It has to become positive at some point, correct? So anything that is not a goal in your life and you decide to move out of a situation, thing, or place or whatever, always will have a positive outcome or it wouldn't become negative, right? Okay. It doesn't work the other way though. Don't let it work the other way. Whatever is positive turns negative. That's bad thinking. Okay, sit and face your life and what you have created. That's the last question in exercise 1. If that isn't heavy, I don't know what is. Sit and face your life and what you have created. Are you happy with that? Do you want to go forward? Okay, I'm just going to read you one part of the prose that prefaces each chapter. So every time there's a chapter that starts, there's a little bit of prose that starts the chapter, prefaces the chapter, and it kind of connotates what to experience and what this chapter is going to be about. And in this piece of prose is called My Young Ones. It's on page 10. It's a part of Walk into Your Life, chapter 2. Chapter 2 is just a wonderful chapter. It has harshly occurred to me that time cannot be turned back. See, you lose a day every day you wake up. You can't go backward. You have no choice but to go forward. So, how do you want to do that? Want to do it miserably or you want to do it happily? I think we want to do it happily. But if there's anything creating misery in your life, now that's a negative. Somewhere there's a positive in that. See what I'm getting at? It's so simple. Just so simple. If time could be turned backward, nothing would ever be the same. Nothing. Because everything is evolving, everything is changing second by second, millisecond by millisecond. So nothing could really be the same, ever. Nothing, not even the air you breathe is the same. Not the climate, not the movement of life, not the plants that are growing. Nothing is the same yesterday as today, or today as yesterday. We begin as seeds that grow, changing from forms, and our forms change from sunrise to sunset. Think about that. What happens in the morning to what happens at night in the sky. on the waters, in the air. Everything is changing. And under many great moons of time, man is also changing. When at the end of our journey to the beginning of another new plight in life, and that could be birth to death or life to death or life to life movement, everything is changing. So when you are at the end of this journey, whatever journey you're in, to the beginning of another new plight in life, we discover that we have suddenly changed our entire being. And all that remains the same will ever be the great forces of love. Isn't that's true, right? You betcha. There's a chapter in here on aging. So if you're fighting with aging, this chapter is for sure for you. And there is a piece of prose that's called Time. And this is a phenomenal piece of prose that I have to read to you. It's called Time. I remember when television was a luxury and chewing gum was only a matter of pennies. When courting was in order and discussing childbirth had to be whispered. Time took care of that. People would say hello to one another, even sit out on the porches watching the fireflies. Open fire hydrants and flooded basements became a kid's recreation on a rainy summer day. Our first car was the Etzel, and it had a funny smile. And the Shadow was still a favorite on the radio. You know, time took care of that. Technology replaced record players. Barbie and Ken dolls were the rage with unisex clothing, and Ken lost his manhood to Barbie. G.I. Joe and the Hulk introduced bodybuilding, and women competed with men. Time takes care of everything. Stem cells, heart transplants, and neighborhoods without children. Fast food, frozen food, pollutants in AIDS. Oh, well, it's just a matter of time. This is a heavy-duty book for only 83 pages. In these 83 pages, I guarantee you, 84 pages. In these 84 little bitty pages, this is a very easy to understand book and work with. You're going to love this book so much that you're going to want to keep reading it over and over. And every time you do a new exercise, your answers are going to change because it helps you to grow out of a situation and into another, or wherever you're at in your life. It helps you to grow. Now, for $20, this is a really good workbook. You'll never have another book like this. You will never find another book like this. And I guarantee you that when you are all done with your answers, you're going to want to reread it and answer those questions and those exercises again after this book teaches you what you're all about, because your answers are going to be different. So this book never ends. It might be 84 pages, but it's a gajillion pages in life. For within the center of your universe, there rumbles an energy of untapped life, waiting to be freed at last for bigger and better things. And it's all yours for the taking. So you need to go get them, champ, and get my book, What Are the Chances? 480-703-0151. And I'm also here for any medical consultations you may want to have with me, that, if you want to book an appointment. I'm Dr. Bernie, and once again, thanks for listening to Health and Wellness with Dr. Bernie on YouTube. I'll see you again.